Well, hello, everyone. Yes, we're a little late this morning. It's all my fault.
Well, I was slow on some stuff too, so
Yeah, oh, well.
here we are. Good morning, Friday.
Well, when you take the studio with you, you have to reset it up when you come back. And
Yeah, how was San Diego?
San Diego was humid and 80 something. It was the weirdest thing. Yeah, it was like the worst.
I like warmth, but I don't like humidity.
Well, it's just weird because, I left Florida going, you know what? I'm going to San Diego. It'll be nice and cool.
Yeah. It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, it's like 80 and 80. Those are not the two good combinations. No.
Nope. No.
And I understand San Diego will be humid a little bit, have some humidity in there because it's by the water, but it's not like it was. And so each day after the hurricane went to the other side, it started getting better. Yesterday it was nice, but today's going to be nicer. It's only going to be it's 10 degrees cooler today down there.
Yeah, but you're back in Modesto today.
That's correct.
Where it's going to be, I think I got a little bit
90.
91, a few degrees warmer than it was yesterday.
Yeah, that's all right. I can deal with that. I have air conditioning. The problem there is the air conditioning gets humid inside, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just too moist.
Yeah.
I know we're not supposed to use those words. What's happening in your world today?
Let's see. This week, rates improved. Rates got worse. We're improving a little bit today. One of the things that came out, the PCE went from 6.4% to 6.2%. So the bonds were, rallying a little bit because of that. Overall, it showed the inflation had went up for the last month. But actually, if you take out the core stuff, then it goes down, and you look at the overall. It's down a little bit, but not a ton. So hopefully this October we're in, once we get in the first part of November, we're going to show that the inflation's a little bit better. That's what we need.
Yes, it is. It is. I was talking to a client this morning on the way to the station and kind of said the same damn thing.
Did you?
Kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
I'm learning something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
It's just, we have. You think I could talk today, but
no, I don't.
Yeah, we have never been here before.
No,
we have never
new territory.
We've never been in an environment like this where we have a government spending and the Fed tightening at the same time. Usually they work together.
Well, we've never had a president named Mumbles either. So
in unity.
Yeah.
And, the president that unites the country.
No, they have an agenda.
Right. And then
nobody knows what the agenda is.
Oh, they do know the agenda is. It's all these different programs and put them in place so that you can't take them away. Because once you put in a social program, you can't take it away. And, it's just, we all need to get along. Just move on. Us as people need to get along. Our government's not necessarily going to do that. So you need to get out and vote the way you want it to be voted.
I agree. And it's coming up real quick.
Yeah. Next month.
Yeah. Tomorrow's October 1, right?
I can't believe it's already October. I just remember it being the 1st of September.
I just remember it being the 1st of summer. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to be such a great summer. And it was a great summer, and it's almost done.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we got some Indian summer going on right now.
Is that what?
I do like that. I like
when it's warmer for longer or something?
Warmer for longer when it's warm through September and October. I kind of dig that.
I'm just hoping it stays a little warm till we can put water in our pool.
True.
Because they're going to concrete this week. Right?
Okay.
They're already forming for the steps because you got to do 2 separate pours the way these steps
So after concrete, they'll set the equipment and they'll start gun-nighting. I mean, plastering.
Yeah.
You already gun-nighted.
Yeah, but it's actually the other stuff, not plaster. It's the other stuff because plaster doesn't last as long.
Pebble Tech?
Yep. That's because it lasts longer.
You probably got Pebble Fina, right?
I don't know.
It's a little bit softer on your foot. It's the sister. Yeah. That's Surla's sister, Fina in Ripon.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, you.
No, I was going to ask you what's going on in your world.
I was again talking with my client this morning, making an appointment to meet with him at 9. 9
German there. Huh?
At the office, I'm seeing a lot of transactions happening this week. Agents were in. It was hustle bustle. It kind of reminded me of 2021. Printing off our paperless files, printing all the paper off for them. Because now we can do everything digitally except record. Which I understand we're going to be talking to Donna Linder here pretty soon, our
next week,
county recorder, and
not this weekend on the radio, but the following
weekend.
And then she's going to come back into the studio on Tuesday at 11 to talk about it in more detail and not be interrupted by all the commercials.
And she spoke, true. And she spoke at our Rotary meeting the other day and was talking about Modesto being able to be one of the other, or Stanislaus County being another one of the counties that can record electronically. Yeah. And get caught up with places like Tuolumne County.
It's like a slap in the face.
Amador. Yeah.
Tuolumne County is in front of us with the e-recordings.
They're smart, man.
No, it's
save a tree.
Well, it's not only that. It was just during the pandemic, they were able to do recordings when they could only do them at certain times here. It's like, just makes it so much easier. I did get asked by a client about title lock. Because you see all these great commercials, how they scare the heck out of you that someone can steal your title and you don't know it, and they just took a loan out on your property.
Isn't that what title insurance is for?
No, title insurance just makes sure that as of the date of the loan, there is no encumbrances back
in the backwards.
Yeah. So, and then from what I understand about title lock, and I'm just saying that's.
I can honestly say I've never heard of it.
Yeah, you don't watch TV.
I guess I didn't stay up late in a hotel this weekend.
No, it's not me. I had a client reach out to me. I'm like,
oh,
did this happen to somebody where they stole the title or whatever, or you just saw the commercial and you're nervous because the commercial did a really good job scaring you? And
what was the answer?
He saw the commercial. He doesn't know anybody.
Yeah.
The issue really is the fact that it doesn't stop it from happening. That title lock that they sell or whatever, all it is a service to let you know that there was a change in your title.
Let you know that it happened. It doesn't protect you.
Right. So I'm like,
just informs you.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what the answer is to that, but there's got to be a better way than to the way they're selling that to where people, because, we've seen there's been people who have put loans on other people's properties. And so, but you need a bad notary and you need you need
a whole group of people to be bad.
Right. Well, I mean, if they're just taking your property first, that's the notary that has to sign that and, do that. Now, I'm not saying there's not some people who would do that, but if you go, it's just difficult. It's not as easy as they think it is.
No, it's not. I've heard of escrow officers catching people trying to buy things fraudulently, like saying, oh yeah, I'm his wife. No, you're his girlfriend and you're signing his wife's signature. Those things have been caught before, but this title lock, I don't know.
Why don't you look into it for us?
I will. I'll talk to some peoples, and then my peoples will get back to your peoples and we'll converse. All
right. I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, I don't want to tell them it's not to get it, and then come to find out it happens.
That is very important.
Yeah.
It happens more than we know.
Right. Because I'm like, I don't know of it happening since, remember, and they're not, Alliance Title's not around anymore, right?
No, they're gone.
Okay. When there was that guy who was doing it and he was going to get his name on the Dream Life Financial.
Oh, Dream Life Financial. Yeah.
Where they were doing that. They were doing loans on people's properties and taking that cash and not paying, then. They should have made payments. Then they could have kept going a lot longer, but they were finally caught.
Right, because they weren't making payments, and people are like, "What do you mean I got a loan on my free and clear property? And you're going to foreclose?"
Right.
I didn't sign anything.
Right. So just be careful out there. There is stuff that people will do. You just have no court. Neighbors will take you to court for stupid stuff. You never know. So just don't worry about it.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh. There's just a lot of criminals out there. They think that's the easiest way to go to make some money. And so they're going to figure out a way to fraudulently screw you, just like wire fraud.
Right. Oh, that's huge. I was talking to a bunch of
people.
Yeah.
Check your email. Look, a title person, an escrow officer will never email you a wire instructions and say, send in your wire today and you're going to save 10% on your closing costs.
Is that what they say?
One of the emails I saw, my client forwarded it to me. Luckily, he's a cashier's check guy. He likes to go in the bank and get that cashier's check and then have me deliver it for him, and which I'm happy to do because that's safe. But he got an email and it said you can save 10% on your title fees and 10% on your escrow fees if you send in your wire to here today. And it looked like it was coming from a legit escrow company. You look at the email address, click on it, look at the email address, and there's usually 2 or 3 letters that are off, or it's a complete and total fraudulent email account.
I just click the reply, and then you read it, and you can see it's something totally different.
Right.
And it's like you get stuff from like Amazon or PayPal that says this is
your account's hacked. Yeah.
Or and then they'll send, if you read it, they'll tell you that they never send it to dear user, dear whatever.
Right.
They send it to your full name. So if your full name's not on there, they don't worry about
Right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want you to click on that link so that you start typing in your passwords and stuff and they can grab it.
Same thing with old people getting phone calls from their grandson. I'm in prison. God, it's amazing how often that works.
Yeah. Well,
I talked to this kid for 30 minutes one day. He finally got upset with me.
he said,
"You're not going to do anything, are you?" I said, "No, you're not my grandson."
he's real young. And
because I don't have one.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not, but yeah, I know some person who their father got taken advantage by one of those companies where you send in the money because you can get this money if you send in this money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful. Don't, wiring's great, but make sure it's the right wire instructions before you, or don't even, you can still do old school cashier's checks.
You got to wait an extra day to record, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's how we used to do it all the time. If it's always better, meet with your realtor and your notary and or your escrow person, sign the documents. They have wire instructions written on paper right there that you hand deliver to your bank.
Right.
Can never go wrong in that way.
Well, the only ones that they were, and then you got the initial wire for the EMD, right? That normally they
exactly.
do. Yeah.
Exactly. And those are wire instructions that come from your escrow officer right away. They have a lot of secure accounts now too, where you sign up into and be in their portal, and then you're pretty safe.
Right.
But be wary. If you get an email that looks funky, talk to at least your agent.
Well, once you get an email for a wire instruction, call your agent, period.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can call the escrow. Then, call the escrow company. Did you send this to me? No.
Right?
No. They'll tell you, oh, yes, we did, sir.
Chances are they're going to say, no, we did not.
Right. It would have been sent through our secure server.
Exactly. Yeah, we want to protect you. We want to keep you safe. We want to be able to buy the house. But my client, it was only $145,000 that he was going to wire, but it would have gone away. So
there was a couple in San Diego.
Millions, right?
Well, it was like $800 and some $1,000. Yeah. They wired because it wasn't, it's 10% off, but it looked like, okay, go, because they're paying cash for it.
Right.
Then they saved and did all this stuff. And then they wired it and it was gone.
Yep. Yeah.
They couldn't get it back because it changed so many different banks and so many different hands.
You can't track that stuff. Once you wired it to a fraudulent account, it's gone. You'll never see it again.
Right. So just be careful out there is all we're saying. Double check, triple check.
Or maybe what we can do is you and I, Ed, we can start a company called Wirelock. Let's figure that one out.
Yeah.
I just gave somebody a great idea. They're thinking, I'm going to do that.
That's right. Well, that's great because I don't have time right now.
No, nobody does. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. And then, again, it's still a great time to buy. We're going to wish everybody who doesn't buy right now is going to wish they did by December, January of next year.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying earlier before I sidetracked, because I do squirrel a lot.
Right.
Is the activity that was in the office today was kind of, this last week was kind of exciting. It was fun to watch. Yeah, I was part of it, but it was fun to watch too. It was nice to see bodies moving around in the office.
Right. And it's, again, it depends on the price point of the house, how long it's going to take to sell. If it's a lower price one in the FHA, it's going to go much faster. But, again, it's all about location too.
So. Location, condition, and location.
Location. That was like 7 things.
I know, but it's only 4. Okay, 5.
It was only 4. You're right. Took me a second to get there.
I'm
a little tired from all the traveling.
Yeah, you were on the East Coast and then you're on the West Coast.
Yeah,
right?
I went East Coast last week. Thank God it was last week. Because I was in Florida last week.
Right.
And, they were like.
And then you brought Florida's weather over to San Diego.
No, it was already there because I was talking to some people. I guess for the last month it was very hot. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, and most people in San Diego
don't have ACs.
Yeah. Definitely, if you're on the coast, you don't.
Well, the way things are going right now, you can't use your AC anyway,
right,
or plug your car in. But gosh, we're going to go full electric in 2030 on heating and cooling. No more gas.
No, that's only if things don't change in California.
They have to change.
A lot of people. I had talked to a client today. Yeah, over the weekend. I'm sorry, this week. Jeez, I need to take a break. I need a day off because
Yeah.
even though I was gone, I didn't have a
You
day
didn't have
off.
a
It
day
was
off.
I would need to come to work to have a day off. They moved back from Texas,
Yeah.
and they're looking in Sonora to buy land and build because that's what they do. They have cash to build and everything. And they were saying how I said, well, you understand, in like Sonora, sometimes it's going to be hot all day, all night for weeks and stuff like that because they don't get the Delta breeze.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, anything's better than freaking Texas the last 3 months.
The last 3 months, that would be hard to deal with.
Yeah, in Texas. He said it was pretty bad. I
Yeah.
said, I tell her, and he goes, yeah, I didn't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people get the idea that this is going to be perfect. And, like we said a few days ago, if you really think you want to do that, hang on to your anchor here in California.
Right.
Rent it out, lease it out, whatever you want to do, get a good property management company, and then go over to wherever you're going and, test drive it for a year, 6 months, and see what you like. But go through all the seasons.
Right. I mean, because, the other thing is it's amazing what you can rent houses for in our area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be shocked.
Meaning the income you can get
Yes.
on the house, not how low it is.
No, I mean, no, it's shocking how expensive the rents are in our area. And I should say not just our area, but everywhere.
Central Valley.
Yeah. I want
Yeah.
California, everywhere rents are bad. I mean, it's just, you're better off buying than renting. So, I mean, because
I truly believe that. Yeah.
I mean, most people are going to rent a place in Modesto. It could be up to $3,000 a month. And that's not like some fancy place. That's a normal place.
Right. Right. Close to a good school.
Or not.
Or not.
You never know. But, all right.
All right, tired man. You look like you're ready for a nap already.
Ouch.
You don't look bad. You just look tired. Okay. Tired's not a bad thing.
I'm sitting there at the airport last night, waiting for my plane to sit in a lounge. And I'm like, I only had 2.5 hours to wait for my plane.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
And I got on the plane, and all I remember is landing.
Yeah. As it wakes you up.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a little snack and a drink?
No, because that from San Diego to San Francisco, it's only an hour and 36 minutes. And that's true. You get in, usually it's hour and 15 so you get up, here's a service, down.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I loved Modesto's flight to San Francisco. It was 20 minutes. It was it took 10 minutes to ascend and 10 minutes to descend. And the flight attendant would say, this is a no service flight and you can't use your cell phone the first 10 minutes of the flight and the last 10 minutes of flight. And this is a 20-minute flight. So you do the math.
Really? I never knew you could fly to San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. SkyWest used to have flights daily from Modesto to San Francisco or Modesto and LA. Greatest connection ever. It didn't add that much more money to your leg. And, only 36 people are going to get on the plane. So there is your...
is it still here?
No,
okay.
No. There is your TSA. I believe Stockton won the new contract with SkyWest. We were trying to get it back. Chris Murphy, a buddy of mine, is a big proponent for flying out of Modesto because he travels a ton for work. It was just the greatest thing ever. I wish we can get something back.
Where do the flights go out of Modesto? Because is there any out of Modesto?
No.
Or is it just small planes?
Private planes, charter planes, helicopters for the big CEOs and stuff like that. But no commercial flights out of Modesto anymore. And it's kind of funny, but back in the early 70s, my grandma flew from Modesto to Minnesota nonstop in a big old 737.
Really?
Yeah, or a 777. I don't know. I don't remember the numbers because I was a child.
Right.
But I remember the big planes used to actually come in and land and take off again, not just crash.
Well, they need to do that because I like the little private planes out of Oakland that go, JSOX.
The funny thing was every flight was packed. We have a friend that worked for SkyWest at the counter. Well, he did counter, he did baggage, he did the thing with the flashlights.
And then he got on the plane.
Yeah, and then he flew it over and then came back. Flights were booked. Just about every flight. There was very seldom that there was a flight that wasn't 100% booked. But it's the bigger airports that you're flying into that just don't want this small commercial craft, is what I'm being told.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that's too bad because that would make it so much easier to get to San Francisco or someplace to travel.
It was so nice
because I remember Marcia had to come here and before from Hawaii to here,
Right.
or from here to, I forget where it was, and she flew out of Modesto,
Right.
so, at the time.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yep.
All right.
Everybody,
it's going to be an amazing weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. So everybody have fun this weekend. Bye, kids.
Yeah, and don't forget our radio show this weekend. We are having Jeremiah Williams on, who is running for, help me out here.
He's a city council candidate for District 5 in Modesto.
Right. So he'll be on. Bear with us. We were doing it from all over the place last week or this week.
He was at a meeting. You were in San Diego. I was in my office.
Right. So that's who's coming on this weekend. So it's a good one if you live in District 5, so you know what's going on. But again, 30 days from now, a little over 30 days from now, you're going to be voting. You need to get out and vote, please.
Yeah, November 8th.
Yep. Second Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, and if you've got a ballot, which I don't believe they've gone out yet, but when you get your ballot, do something different. Fill it out and send it in that day.
Next week. That's why Donna Linder's coming on next weekend.
That's true.
And then you should have your ballot by the time she comes back on Tuesday, so that you actually follow if you have any questions.
There we go.
All right.
Make it a great weekend.
Yep. And if you have any questions, reach out. You got something to do, reach out to Mike. There's his phone number. Reach out to me. Just Ed Parcaut anywhere. Message me. That's the easiest way to get hold of me.
Don't really type in anywhere because it's not going to go anywhere.
You're a funny guy.
Yep.
Fun guy.
Yep.
Right.
I'm a mushroom.
That's right. All right. Make it a great day.
Bye.